evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Tonight, our guests will be our king, Nebuchadnezzar, and three of his amazing death-defying subjects, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And now, let's hear it for our host, David Numberman.
Thank you very much, and have we got a show for you tonight, probably our greatest one ever. If you are watching, you stay tuned. But without further ado, I want to introduce the greatest king in the world, the great and shining one. Give it up for Nebuchadnezzar. Yes, sir, I am so glad that you took the time to be with us tonight, King.
My pleasure, my pleasure. It was a miraculous story. It was a fiery...
Now, I bet it was, but I need you to shut it so we can get on to our next members here, the death-defying group, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Good to see you, gentlemen. Welcome. Our king was about to take the story from us, but I am going to start with him tonight, and I am going to ask you to go ahead and fill in what you were about to tell us.
Well, it started about 3 weeks ago, and I built a golden image about 90 feet tall and about 9 feet wide.
Well, from what I've heard, that sounds like your mom.
Well, as I said, I built a golden image, and that anytime music was played with horns and violins, that everybody needed to bow down and worship my image. And if they didn't, I'd have them thrown in the fiery furnace.
Well, my goodness. Let's hear it from someone who was there. Shadrach?
Well, we heard the sound of the horns and the harps and all the music, but we didn't bow down to the image.
I know. That's why I heated the furnace up 7 times hotter.
7 times hotter. You did say 7. I mean, if you even opened a furnace door that hot, you'd get burned to a crispy tater.
That's exactly what happened. The servant that threw us into the furnace, he was burned so bad that he died.
Wow. Get out of town. So what happened to the three of you? How come you weren't burned?
Well, first we were bound up and thrown into the fire, but even though it was so hot, we weren't afraid because we knew our God was with us.
Numberman, it was an amazing thing. Instead of seeing 3 people in the furnace, I saw 4.
Now, this story gets crazier and crazier. You got 3 men that go into a furnace that's heated up 7 times hotter, and not only are they not burned, but then there's a 4th one. Where did he come from?
Well, we knew we weren't alone. We knew that God was with us and that He protected us because of our obedience.
Now, what do you mean because of your obedience?
Well, it's simple. God's the only one that deserves our worship, and we shouldn't worship anything or anyone else but God. And He protected us because of our faith in Him and kept us from dying.
But you didn't die, did you?
No.
Okay.
Well, no. How else would we be here now?
That's the question I was about to ask. Go on, Meshach.
But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Come on down to my Den of Thieves market. Yeah, I ask you to come on down. Don't be caught in the synagogues without your sacrificial rocking horse, koalas, or lambs. I ask you to come buy one of these animals and offer them up to Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego's God. If you come and buy an animal from me in my bazaar, I'll let you burn it in my fiery furnace. And just right now and only now, you can get these animals for the small price of $3.99. We accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. Some fees apply. Please come on down before Jesus does.
So after we were in the furnace, we heard the king say, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come forth from the furnace. And so we did.
And when we came out, not a hair on our head was singed. We didn't even smell like smoke.
It was truly amazing. It was so amazing that I made a new law that if anybody had anything bad to say about Meshach, Shadrach, or Abednego's God, I'd have them thrown into the fiery furnace.
Well, I think someone's really addicted to this furnace, but unfortunately we are out of time. But I would like for you tonight to remember from our story the number 1, that there is no other God in heaven or on earth that we must worship. So on your way home tonight, think about that, and we'd like to bid you good night. Thank you for coming, and drive safely.
And that concludes our show tonight. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for the David Numberman Show.